Am I the a-hole for never telling my best friend I once slept with his wife?
No, wait, what?
Let's dive right into it and know. I, 28 male, have a close female friend, 28 female, who we'll call Anna for this story. We've been close friends since we were 8 or 9 years old, and we are pretty much inseparable growing up. Okay. During senior high school, she started dating a guy. We'll call him John for this story. I myself was in a relationship at that time, so would often go on double dates. Me and my GF together with John and Anna. John was a nice guy and I enjoyed spending time with him. I developed a friendship with him, and though it wasn't as close as my friendship with Anna, I can genuinely say I enjoyed hanging out with the guy. Okay. They dated for a few years, but eventually broke up at some point during our university years. They said it was a mutual thing. They were each other's first relationship, and I guess they felt like they wanted to know what it felt like doing other people or something like that. Point is, they broke up and it was fairly amicable. That's nice. I was still close friends with Anna, so would continue to hang out with Anna. But after they stopped dating, I lost track of John for a bit outside of random meeting in school campus. Yes, we all went to the same university. Okay. Anyways, at this point in my life, I myself had just gotten dumped by my own GF.
Oh my God, it's so sad.
Sorry about that. And I wasn't taking my breakup quite as amicably. And I was there to comfort me through it. And well, we were both single. Okay. We were comfortable with each other, and one thing led to another.
This is about to go to...
Once you hear one thing led to another, just know it. We ended up sleeping together a few times.
Oh my goodness.
We would have been around 20 at that point. We eventually stopped doing it because, well, it just felt plain weird. We've known each other for so long that it kind of felt like sleeping with your sister. You know that feeling when you're so close to somebody, like the friendship is already so close, and yeah, so I get it. I feel like we slept with each other more out of curiosity rather than actual desire.
What does that even mean?
Anyways, we both agreed that it wasn't what we wanted and decided that we would completely forget about it. Seriously, we agreed to never talk about it again and that we would treat it as if it never happened. Is it really possible to treat something that actually happened as if it never happened? At the end of the day, I think we try, but it's mostly always never possible. If that makes any sense, of course. Okay, moving forward. And that's exactly what we did. We went back to being pure platonic friends and acted like nothing ever happened between us. Anyways, a few years later, after we've graduated and we were working as young professionals, I got a call from John. Apparently, the company he was working for had a job opening that he felt I'll be good fit for. I took him up on the offer and ended up working for the same company. We started hanging out every day in the office during breaks and whatnot, and we became quite close. Okay. I was still friends with Anna at this point, and because both of them hung out with me, they started hanging out with each other again and eventually rekindled their relationship. Now this is crazy. I mean, that means their relationship actually came back because of him. He was like the middleman. How weird will it be? Like going on a date with that friend and that friend, knowing there were a thing before and you've actually had a thing to do with Anna. That must be really, really weird. Oh, okay. Me and John eventually left the company, but we retained our friendship. As the years passed, I developed a closer friendship with John than with Anna. We just had more stuff in common. Our humor aligned better, etc. So when they got married 8 years ago, I was John's best man. Oh my god, no, please tell me that's not true. What? This is crazy. How would the bride look at you on the wedding day? Jeez. I mean, am I overthinking this? You were John's best man. Okay. Now we are in our late 30s and I consider John my best friend. But every now and then the thought crossed my mind that I actually slept with his wife at some point in the past. As far as I know, Anna has never told John. Or if she did, then I certainly never noticed any difference in how John acted towards me. Maybe Anna did exactly what we agreed to and completely forgot about the incident. Okay, I try to forget it as well, but sometimes I still feel guilt in never telling John about it. Also never told my wife, not because I still have feelings for Anna or anything, but mostly I just don't want to rock the boat. Me and Anna have gotten way over 8 years ago, and I feel like if I say anything, it will be made to look like a bigger thing than it really is by both John and my wife. So I keep my mouth shut. But I'm curious, am I the a-hole for just keeping quiet about this? What do you guys think? Is he the a-hole for just keeping quiet about this? Alright, moving forward. Edit. Based on the comments I'm reading, I feel like I have to clarify a few things. First, I absolutely have no plans of telling John or my wife, or at least not at the moment. I mean, yes, I feel guilt over it and who knows what the future will bring.
Yeah, that's true.
But as of right now, I have no plans to say anything to anyone. Thus, why my question is, am I the a-hole for just keeping quiet about this? Second, a lot of people asking why I'm writing this now. Fair question. I don't have a solid answer. Maybe it's because I'm curious about other folk would do if they were in my situation. Maybe I'm looking for reassurance that I'm doing the right thing. I don't know. I do plan to delete this in a bit. Lastly, I should mention that after me and Anna ended our sexual experiment back in our 20s, we spent lots of times hanging out together, sometimes just the two of us, sometimes when we were flat out drunk even, especially back when we were both still single. At no point did it ever progress to anything sexual ever again. So when I say our relationship is completely platonic, I mean it. None of the guilt I feel has anything to do with hidden feelings between myself and Anna. Alright, top comment here says, I'm not sure if you are the a-hole or not, but if you were going to tell him, you should have done it as soon as you reconnected.
Exactly.
At this point, just forget it ever happened and don't think about it. I'll definitely not say anything now. And the other person says, yes, never ever say something. I have a good relationship with my friend. Should I offer unnecessary information that might make things weird? I couldn't agree less with these comments, honestly. Okay, someone here says, I can see John getting angry if he learns from somewhere else instead of your mouth. And someone else says, disagree. If anyone should tell John, it should be Anna. Exactly, his wife. I don't see what the upside of bringing this up would be. Nobody cheated. They mutually decided it wasn't something worth continuing, etc. Nobody did anything wrong. I personally don't think a partner is owed an accounting of sexual history that occurred when not with the current partner. But if Anna feels like this is something that is eating away at her, she should tell her husband. John needs to leave it to her to decide. I couldn't agree less with these comments here. I don't think this is a big deal. You didn't do it when your friend John was... Who is John here? Is it you or your friend? Anyways, you didn't do it when Anna's partner was in the picture, yeah? You did it when you guys broke up. When they actually broke up. So she was apparently single. She wasn't married. She wasn't in a relationship with your friend. You were not close friends with him at that point. I mean, at first when the relationship started, you guys were friends, but like not close friends. You didn't owe him any form of loyalty. I mean, you've known Anna even before Anna started dating him. And I don't know if it makes sense, but in a nutshell, I'm saying let this remain with you. You and Anna have agreed that this is in the past. I'm sure she doesn't even think about it, you know. It's nothing to her. She doesn't even remember it. As much as you guys have moved on, you've gotten married, she has also gotten married. What do you think will come out of this? It will only make the whole situation weird, and your friendship will never remain the same, and it will just spoil everything. Your relationship with her is good, your relationship with her husband is good. You have no feelings. As much as you're sure that you have no feelings for her at all, and you've completely moved on, you're even married and she's married, so you don't need to think about it. So to answer your question, nope, you are absolutely not the a-hole for keeping this a secret.
And that's all.
You guys leave your comments and let me know what you think. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? Let me know, and let's move on to the next story. Second story here says, am I the a-hole if I asked my sister to leave my house since she refused to watch my kids? Ooh, I don't know. Let's find out why. It says, a little background story. I, 27 female, married my husband, 32 male, have 2 kids, 11 female and 2 male. 2 years ago, I asked my little sister, who was 20 at the time, and she would turn 22 in a month, to come live with us and help out with kids as I needed. She was in an abusive relationship. She needed a place to stay. At first, it was for her to get back on her feet since she's getting out of the situation. The initial thing was that we will pay her $200 weekly to watch our 4-month-old at the time, 6:30 a.m. till 2 p.m. and she could use my car anytime she needed to, and wanted an afternoon job. That was totally fine. She happily accepted. A month had passed and she told her she's getting depressed being inside every day. And she told me she's getting depressed being inside every day and she can't do this anymore. I told her that's okay. Her mental health is very important, but she should be able to watch the kids when we need her to, like date nights, etc. Found someone else to watch our kids. Fast forward 2 years later, she works full-time, doesn't pay any bill, doesn't help around the house, not even washing the dishes or take out the trash or cook dinner or even buy groceries or things the house needs. Like no help at all. Last week, my husband and I went out for a bit. Mind you, we asked her the weekend before if she could watch the kids, and she said yes. Within an hour of us being out, my husband and I received this in court. I just want to say this to get this off my chest. This isn't an attack, and this isn't me being ungrateful. I just want you guys to try to consider my point of view, and my point of view is that I don't appreciate being used as a service whenever it's convenient for you all. I understand this is, in quote, all I'm good for, but there are some days where I don't want to come home after a 9-hour shift and watch a baby. Ooh, now this is serious. I imagine she must be really angry texting this. I didn't decide to have children, you guys did. What? Now that's crazy. And the only person who ever appreciates me for it, and the only thanks for me, is my husband. I don't get it. I didn't decide to have children, you guys did, and the only person who ever appreciates me for it and the only thanks for it is, in bracket, my husband. So it has been building up inside me and causing resentment that my own sister will refuse to recognize my accomplishments because it's, in quote, what I'm supposed to do. I appreciate staying here rent free, and I've appreciated the opportunity being given to me, but I don't feel like I should dedicate my life to you guys. Okay, it's like now I'm being asked to watch the kids like it's already a given, and that it's not something I can ever say no to, because when I do say no, I'm sure like void mode. It feels like an obligation when it should feel like a choice. Oh, it feels like the time frame should have been more discussed, because I was under the impression I was watching him till 6:30, not 9:30. Thank you for taking the time to read this again. I'm not attacking, I just want to ask for more clarity. At this point, that is all she's good for. Watch the kids for us for a few hours, once or twice a week. and the accomplishment she's referring to is getting her high school diploma at the age of 21 because she dropped out of school a few months before graduating. She still uses my car when needed to go to her BF house or work. At this point, I'm fed up and just can't take it anymore. My husband tells me she's my sister and I need to handle it, and he's tired of taking care of a grown-ass adult. Okay, so would I be the a-hole if I asked her to leave my house? She refuses to watch the kids when needed. I know that is long, but feel free to ask questions. I think this is crazy if you'd ask me. Now, top comment says, not the a-hole. It sounds like this arrangement is no longer working for everyone involved, and it's time for you guys to find other housing. Living rent-free for 2 years while she works full-time means she should have some savings. If she doesn't, that's on her. Give her a written notice to vacate. Hey, this is crazy. With the number of days required by state and / or local law, since she's considered a tenant. Another response: this is the direction I would go. See how much time you're required to give her as notice and ask her to move out by the date with written notification. Another person says, and if any family members complain about family, you know, the whole family thing, tell them that they are welcome to house her for 2 years, rent and chore free. You did your part. So what do you guys think? This is crazy, man. But I feel like she's just being insensitive. I mean, what's there? Sister wouldn't even have to pay me to watch over her kids, to be very honest. And considering you're working full-time, you don't do any house chores, I mean, rent free, and you just have to look after your sister kids for just when they need to go out, just a few times. It doesn't affect your work, it doesn't affect, you know. I never thought this could be a problem. So to answer your question, to me, you're not the a-hole,
Period.
and yes, everyone who has commented was absolutely right. I couldn't agree less with the top comment rather. Give her a written notice with time frame. Since she feels she's being used, she's not appreciated, she's not a nanny, and she didn't choose to. The comments she made that she didn't choose to have kids, you guys did. It's actually crazy. I mean, it hasn't gotten up to that. So since she feels that way, for her not to start building resentment for the kids and start treating them badly, because right now I don't even feel the kids are safe with her, since she's not doing it with, you know, with her whole heart, and she's not really happy about it. She could treat the kids badly. So give her the notice, let her move out, so you can bring in somebody or hire a nanny or anybody who can actually help, because it's really important to you. So that's the way I feel about it. What do you guys think? YouTube, is this person the a-hole? What will you do if you were in this situation? Kindly leave your comments below, to be highly appreciated. Give me a big thumbs up if you enjoyed my reaction. Share it with your friends and loved ones, so you can support the channel. You can also support the channel by buying me a coffee, joining the channel membership, or signing up to my Patreon. Any of this would be highly appreciated. Thank you so much. God bless you. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you all on my next video. Bye.